Ladies and gentlemen, very warm welcome here in Hengelo in the Netherlands in the Van Koen Stadium. We're about to start off with the FBK Games after summer competition for the first time in almost 40 years, since it's 40 years next year that they'll organize the FBK Games. If it continues, of course, also depending on the coronavirus. And here you have a good overview of the stadium. Next to me, my name is Jeroen Bervoets. Next to me is Niels Groen, and we'll be your hosts, your commentators for this afternoon. Very warm welcome here on the live stream. And we'll be starting in about 5 to 6 minutes with this event. Do you know what's on the program, Niels?
Yes, of course, Jeroen. We will start with 1,000 meters for the women with some excellent runners here in Hengelo with Faith Kipyegon, Beatrice Chepkovic. So great names to see some hopefully fast times here in Hengelo. After that, we will continue with the 5,000 meters for men with Jomif Kichelka, Stuart McSwain, and we will close this evening session with the 10,000 meters for women with Sivan Hassan, our Dutch world champion.
Exactly, and she'll be attempting to run an even faster time than she did already. So we'll be excited to see that. Although it is a little bit cold. It's 11 degrees at the moment here in Hengelo, and rain is falling down slowly, so it's just a slight rain now. It started almost half an hour ago, but predictions aren't very good for this.
If we look at the forecast, we see some more rain. The wind is getting a bit less at the moment, so that's okay. Hopefully the rain will stop a bit.
Yeah, that will be basically the main issue here today. The wind is down now for now, so that's a good thing. The rain is coming up a little bit. Let's just hope it doesn't get through, and we'll just have a good, despite of the temperature, a good weather to have some nice results here today in Hengelo.
This competition is organized by Global Sport Communication and the FBK Games, a collaboration as normal. But just to run some fast times, the athletes of Global Sport wanted to have some fast times at the end of this season, and that's why they started organizing this event. And of course, we have some paces in this competition, but also a special one, the wave light. And we have a little video to introduce it.
You can see it. This video that is the wave light that is on the inside of the track. We saw this last Thursday as well with the NN World Record Day in Valencia.
Yeah, and that was a great opportunity for the athletes in Valencia to work with this wave light. We've seen this before in the FBK Games here in Hengelo, where it all started with the wave light. But also this year it was in some diamond leagues. So we've seen it quite a bit in these competitions, and it will help the athletes. We will see some green dots. Those are the most important ones. That will mean the world record pace. So green dots means world record pace.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to watch in a few moments when we start off with the 1,000 meters for women. And among them is Faith Kipyegon. Niels already mentioned her, and she already came close to the world record. So we're excited to see what she can do here today. And We're expecting, we are waiting now for the athletes to come down to the track, and as soon as they are here, we'll start introducing them, of course. It is planned at 16:36 Dutch time. So we are really close to that, and we'll start off in a few minutes.
They will enter the stadium a bit late. We'll wait a few minutes till the start, so it will be a little bit later than 16:36. The pace will be fast. It will be a world record pace for Faith Kipyegon. She already ran 2:29.15 this year in Monaco. And it was only 0.17 seconds short of the world record. So she can run a world record today. It's possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, it's a world lead. It's not a distance that's run often. Yeah, that race in Monaco was a very good one. Also, Laura Meer from Great Britain did very well there. Ran a national record with 2:30.82. She's not here with us today, but yeah, Faith is absolutely trying to see if she can attack that world record. That is by Svetlana Mastakova from Russia in 1996. While you see that the athletes are entering the stadium now, and they start on their warm up here before they get to the starting line.
Also, some Dutch athletes in this competition. We see Jasmine Abbes. She's the Dutch under 20 champion over 1500 and 5000 meters of this year. Britt Roos, the Dutch under 18 indoor champion over 800 meters. And you see the start list on this screen, but also the number 4 of the World Championships over 800 meters, Winnie Nanjando. The world champ over 3000 meters steeplechase in Doha, Beatrice Chepkovic. And, of course, Faith Kipyegon, Jeroen.
Yes, so it's big names. Also, Beatrice Chepkovic. She ran last Thursday in Valencia. So she came to Holland yesterday. Hopefully, just wonder how she recovers from that pacemaking in Valencia.
Yeah, she was one of the pacemakers during that 5,000 meters world record race of Letisnebet Gide. What was an amazing race. The pace was really good.
The pace was really good. Was spot on as requested by Gide, and yeah, she ran 3,000 meters there. After 3,000 meters, she stopped with the pacemaking. So a little bit of a short distance now with 1,000 meters ahead. But you know, we're just looking forward to see Beatrice Chepkovic if she can go on in along with Faith.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's only 1,000 meters this time, so it's a short distance for her. She never ran at 1,000 meters before, so we'll see what that will be in this race. 2:29.15 was the time of Faith Kipyegon, which she ran in Monaco this year, 15 August. 2:29.15, only 0.17 short of the world record of Svetlana Mastakova.
So we're waiting now for the athletes to get ready. You can see that the athletes are requested to come to the starting line and prepare for the start of this first event in the after summer competition by Global Sports Communication and the Fanny Blankers Koen Games. So we're about to start with this first race over 1,000 meters.
We can tell the time of the wave light will be at 2:29.98. So the pace over 600 meters, 1:29.40. That will be the times of the wave light you will see. And that's the green dots. Those are the most important on the world record pace.
Exactly, it is 2:28.98, by the way. So just a second faster than just mentioned. But here you can tell some young Dutch athletes on the inside, Jasmine Abbes and Britt Roos. 18 and 17 years old, and Faith Kipyegon is already standing on her, getting on her position, while the others also take their spots on the starting line. Also in this race will be Eunice Soom from Kenya, and she's the 2013 world champion over 800 meters. So she's in this competition as well. Of course, fifth last year in Doha.
Yeah, she's the oldest in this field, 32 years old, and we're going to introduce the athletes. Jasmine Abbas, Britt Rose, Natalia Shripkova from Ukraine, Eunice Sum from Kenya, and we will see from Uganda, Winnie Nanjando, fourth in the World Championships over 800 meters last year in Doha. She has the Ugandan, she not has the Ugandan record, that's 2:32. She ran 2:36.16.
Exactly, 2:36.16. Well, actually, she ran a bit faster last year in Monaco with 2:35.54, and here is Beatrice Chepkoech, the world champion of 3,000 meters steeplechase, and the main favorite here, and second in the world all time in this 1,000 meters with her 2:29.15. And all the way on the outside is the pacemaker of today, six-time British champion, Shilane Oscan-Clark, who will be taking off quickly to try to get to that world record pace.
Yeah, there we go. And of course, we will see Shilane Oscan-Clark in the front of this race. She will make the pace, and of course, you will see the wave light, the green dots. Those are the world record pace, and Shilane is starting fast in this race. Behind her, Faith Kipyegon, and behind her is the world champion of the 3,000 steeplechase, Beatrice Chepkoech.
Exactly, and as you could tell, Shilane Oscan-Clark had to wait a little bit before Faith Kipyegon was on her tail, but now she is, and now they have to make up a little bit of ground compared to the lights. As you can tell, that Shilane Oscan-Clark is now on the first green dot, and that is the world record pace.
Yeah.
So we're now getting to the 400 meter point in 1 minute, just less than 1 minute.
It looks good at the moment. You see the gap between the second group with Winnie Nanjando, with Beatrice Chepkoech and Eunice Sum. That's the second group, but we will focus on the first group with Faith Kipyegon. Still on world record pace, and there Shilane Oscan-Clark stops pacing for Faith.
Yeah, Shilane Oscan-Clark, she needed to go to 1:29, but Faith Kipyegon is already passing her 1:30.15. So that's a little bit short of that world record pace.
Half seconds behind.
Half a second behind it, and now she's just spot on that first green light while she comes here down to the backstretch.
It still looks good for Faith Kipyegon. Can she break the world record of 2:28.98? She ran already 2:29.15 this year, so she was already fast in Monaco. Now she starts getting behind the green dots, so she is a little bit slower at the moment.
Yeah, you can tell that she's having trouble now, that the tiredness is going into her legs, and she's got trouble just lifting those knees in this final 100 meters to go. And the world record pace, she hasn't got it anymore. That's just gone. But she still takes the win, of course, in this 1,000 meter race.
She takes the win. We can't see an unofficial time, so we will see it later on with an official time. It will be 2:40.46. That's the official time for Faith Kipyegon.
I'm not entirely sure about that.
No, that's not good, of course.
I think that was the finish of Beatrice Chepkoech, who finished second in this race. So 2:40 for Beatrice
Chepkoech, yeah.
And Winnie Nanjando finished third. but we'll have to wait for the official times. In any case, yeah, it was just onto 800 meters. Faith Kipyegon was on there, right on that world record pace. But at that point, just well, we have to result here. It still shows 2:40.50 for Kipyegon, and then Eunice Soom second in 2:41. I don't think these are the correct times, because Eunice Soom wasn't this close to Faith Kipyegon, so we'll have to wait for this. And yeah, I think these aren't the correct results. In any case, we'll have to wait for that. Kipyegon was definitely a bit faster than this. In the meantime, my colleague Niels is going downstairs because because Niels is going to have an interview with the organizing committee, one of the organizing committee from Global Sports Communication, just to ask if why they organized this event. What is the thought behind it? So Niels will have an interview in a few minutes or seconds, and I understand that Faith finished in 2:32, something like that. So that's what I hear now here in the stadium. We have to wait for confirmation on that, but as soon as we have it, we'll let you know, of course. The weather it's still a bit rainy. It's not really raining. Might be dry now even at the moment, so we'll have to and while we wait for Niels to have that interview, I can already tell that the men for the 5,000 meters are entering the stadium. So they're starting the warm-up now here in the stadium. And as soon as I can see, I understand that Niels has Ellen van Langen now in front of him. So let's get over to that interview with Niels and Ellen and see what the reasons are behind this competition.
Yes, I'm here with Ellen van Langen, one of the managers of Global Sports Communication. Ellen, why would you organize a competition in October?
Because the athletes really would want to have another competition. You know, it has been a very short season, and for some athletes it's already quite a successful season, but they really would like to have one more competition before the track season stops.
And what a competition with a lot of great athletes.
Definitely. I mean, we have Faith Kipyegon on the 1,000, we have Yomif Kielce on the 5,000 and Sifan Hassan on the 10,000. So, yes.
Yeah, we saw just Faith Kipyegon win the 1,000 meters. It was a bit slower than we expected. Is it because of the rain?
Yeah, and I think it's quite chilly. And of course, we know when you organize a competition in Holland in October, the weather can be everything. And we were hoping the weather would be a little bit better. But yeah, that's just unlucky.
Last Thursday, we saw the NN World Record Day in Valencia. How did you experience that competition with 2 world records?
Yeah, that was a great competition to watch. I watched it and I was just amazed. It was just so great to see the athletes running so well, so smoothly, and of course, 2 world records.
Next up is the 5,000 meters with Yomif Kielce and Stuart McSwain. What are the expectations for you?
They both want to run fast. Stuart McSwain is aiming for the Australian record, and Yomif also wants to run a very fast time. But of course, the weather is not really helping us, and but I'm sure the athletes will do whatever they can.
Thank you very much. Back up to Jeroen in the commentating booth.
Yep.
Thank you, Niels and Ellen, for this interview. And yeah, it's good to know that the athletes themselves asked for a competition like this. So yeah, that's just nice that they get what they wanted. And while we wait for that 5,000 meters men, here you have the starting list with some talented young Dutch athletes, and so we'll just be waiting for them to see. And Jomaf Kecilga from Ethiopia is the main favorite, of course, in this competition. He's the silver medalist of last year's World Championships in the 10,000 meters, and twice 3,000 indoor world champion. And he'll be running the 5,000 meters here. He's the main competitor. While we start here with the men. On the inside, we have that group of talented Dutch athletes, with including Luc Maas, and he's the third from the right. He ran in Valencia as well, 29:17 in the 10,000 meters. Also Brian Fay from Ireland, European under-23 finalist last year in Sweden, and Matthew Kameli from Kenya. I wonder what he can do here today. He ran a 13:33 once, but yeah, let's see what he can do here today on the track.
Yeah, he's one of the young talented athletes of Kenya, only 22 years old. We saw Stuart McSwain from Australia, and next to him Jomif Kecilga from Ethiopia. And Stuart McSwain has already had a stunning season this year.
Oh, absolutely. He ran 2 national records in the 1,500 and 3,000, and he finished off last year with a national record in the 10,000 meters. So, yeah, it's been a great year for Stuart McSwain.
And we already mentioned Jomif Kecilga from Ethiopia. He was he took the second spot at the World Championship in Doha in the 10,000 meters, but now wants a really fast time here in Hengelo over 5,000 meters. In front we see 2 pacemakers, Shane Tobin from Ireland and Matthew Ramsden from Australia.
Exactly, and Matthew Ramsden was also on the world record day in Valencia, and as well as Ryan Gregson, who is in this pack as well. So yeah, let's see what they can do, especially those Sean Tobin and Matthew Ramsden, as they pace for Jomaf Kecilga, and see what he can do here today. He's already 8th in the world. On the all-time list with 12:46.79 in this 5,000 meters, and let's see what he can do here now on this 5,000 meters.
The wave light is on 12 minutes 35 seconds and 30 seconds hundredths of a minute, and we're racing about world record pace. So that's the green lights you're seeing at the moment.
Yeah, as you could tell, there's the green and the red lights. You can really tell really good with this view, and basically the first green dot is the pace that is set. As you could tell also that the rain is falling down quite heavily now, so the cameraman's got some trouble with focusing. Anyways, we've got Sean Tobin now on site again. But the green lights, the first green light, that is the pace that is set. And then you've got the red lights, and that's just for the athletes to focus on what position they are. But as you can tell right now is that they are a little bit behind of the world record pace.
Yeah, those red spots is more an indication for the athletes to see in front of them. Red light is good to see, and of course they don't have to focus down to the ground to see the green light, so it's more the focus point for the pacemakers and of course also for the athletes at the end. This lap was a little bit slower than before, 62 seconds. Earlier it was 61, so we can keep that in mind with this race. And the rain is coming down heavily at the moment. Typical Dutch weather, Jeroen.
Typical Dutch weather, typical autumn weather also. So yeah, that's something you can expect here in the Netherlands in October. It's unfortunate because it was quite a good day today until 4 o'clock more or less, and it's 4:45 right now. So as you can see now, is that Sean Tobin is really pushing it, but Yomif Kachioka, he's already passing him because it doesn't go fast enough for his taste.
No, and where we lost Matthew Ramsden from Australia as the first pacemaker, as we now lose Sean Tobin as second pacemaker, and we now see the first two runners, Yomif Kachioka and Stuart McSwain.
Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised about Stuart that he's so easily following Yomif. And it's really good to see Stuart McSwain just following Yomif Kachioka, and Stuart is reaching for a new Australian record also in this 5,000 meters, which was set 16 years ago by Craig Buttram in 12:55.76, and personal best of Stuart is 13:05, so that's about 10 seconds improvement. So that's quite a big gap.
It is a big gap. 13:05 was the fast time for Stuart McSwain earlier this year, when in Monaco during that fast race with the world record of Joshua Cheptegei at that moment. But also the Dutch record was made by Mike Foppen.
And now we can tell there's some light between Kachioka and McSwain. So there's some trouble there for McSwain, I guess. Still just a little bit behind of the green lights. So a little bit behind of the world record schedule for Kachioka. I wonder if he can continue this pace.
Yeah, and of course the difference between the Australian record and the world record is 20 seconds. So it's not strange that there will be a gap between Yomif and Stuart at this moment.
No, not at all. But that's why I was also surprised that he could continue for 2,000 meters, and the difference grows really fast, as you can tell by the images. But also now Kachioka has trouble following the green lights.
Kachioka is now aiming for the Dutch athletes who are in front of him. You can now see them in the picture. He will pass them, he will lap them once, while we are at 2,500 meters at this moment. In 6:37.49. That's about the pace.
So here's the first time that Kachioka laps the Dutch athletes. And you can already tell that the lights are no longer in sight. So we have to let go of that world records scheme and focus on maybe a personal best for Yomif Kachioka. That is 12:46.79. And if he would like to run that, let's see what he needs to go through when he finishes or when he crosses the finish line. That would be something like 7:40. So let's see what that intermediate time will be after 3,000 meters.
Yeah,
7:41.
Yeah, he's a bit short of that pace for a new personal best at this moment. We look now at Stuart McSwain in 7:48 at this moment. That's on a pace of 13:01. So that's also short of the Australian record. but it will be a personal best if he can hold his pace at the moment.
And it looks as though Chilengat really has issues with the rain, I guess, and also it's cold. I mean, it's only 11 degrees, maybe even now 10 degrees at this moment, even 9.
Even 9, so it's
Wow.
cold.
Yeah, it's really cold, and with the rain, it only feels colder than that. So I guess that's what the athletes are troubled with. As soon as Yomif Chilengat crosses that finish line, there's 4 laps to go for him. 8:46 intermediate time, and a lap of 65. So that's yeah, you can really tell that the pace is now going down, and that they have trouble with the weather.
Yeah, that's probably the most valuable reason at this moment. The weather is really bad. We spoke to the managers of Global Sport Communication, who are also the agents of those athletes like Yomif, and they thought they are really good at this moment. They can run fast times, but with this weather, it's another cookie.
Wow.
To have a Dutch part of this English commentating part.
Yeah, that is what we call Dunglish. Let's go back to the race where we see Yomif Chilengat now cross the finish line for 3 laps to go, with just underneath the 10 minutes, and a lap now of 66. I wonder what Stuart McSwain still has, because although in those 2,000 meters that has been, that yeah, in that time the distance is about 50, 60, about 60 meters in between.
Yeah, something like that. But the gap isn't becoming bigger at the moment. It's stable.
Exactly. That's what I mean. I mean, they're at the same pace right now. While we can tell that Chilengat is losing speed, and I wonder if Stuart McSwain can get to Chilengat, or at least keep him in sight for this final laps.
And it even looks if the gap is becoming closer at the moment. So let's see. 2 laps to go. It's 11:0 on the clock with 2 laps to go, so 800 meters to go. We are now about the pace of 13:05, I think.
Yeah, it looks as though 13:05 for Chilengat and about 13:13 for Stuart McSwain. So that means that they have well, they're not even on personal record pace anymore. But what we can tell as well is that third athlete, Matthew Kameli, he is closing down, I guess, on Stuart McSwain.
Yeah, and his personal best of Matthew Kameli is 13:32.7. So that would be a great personal best if he can hold his pace.
If he can hold his pace, I guess he can do so, and then he'll be running faster than 13:30. As we look at Yomif Chilengat, and he hears the bell for the final lap.
We see the gap between Chilengat and McSwain is less than 50 meters at the moment. He's closing the gap.
Yeah, absolutely. And Matthew Kameli is running down on Stuart McSwain as well, although that gap is even slightly bigger. That is about 60 meters at this moment. So Yomif Chilengat only has 200 meters to go, and Stuart McSwain is really closing in on him.
We're looking at the last 150 of this 5,000 meters for Yomif Chilengat. He will take the win. That's what we can say at this moment. Stuart McSwain is fighting to become a little bit closer in the last meters and get running for that personal best, but that's not going to happen this time because that's 13:05 and that's what we saw at the moment. But the win is for Yomif Kichelga, and we will look at the unofficial time. 13:12:85 unofficial for Yomif Kichelga.
Exactly, and Stuart McSwain 13:16, and Matthew Camelli, here is his finish, and that is 13:24, 25, something like that. The Dutch athletes that come now over the finish line still have 1 lap to go. And then we have the finish here for Ryan Gregson, the Australian also. He finishes, and Brian Fay in 13:51, something like that. So that is a personal best for the Irishman. 14:00 was his personal best over 5,000 meters. So it's his first time under the 14 minutes for Brian Fay, which is very well done by the young Irishman. We have to wait now for the finish of 3 more athletes, the 3 Dutch athletes. Luc Maas, Robin van Riel and Björn Koreman, those are the 3 athletes. And here we see the finish for Robin van Riel. He is the youngest of the 3, only 20 years old, and second at last year's European Under-20 Championships in the 1500 meters. So this was his 5,000, and he takes the win ahead of Luc Maas and Björn Koreman. And the results now for Yomif Kichelga, so 13:12:84, Stuart McSwain 13:16:05, and Matthew Camelli 13:24:54. So those are the results. Very good by Matthew Camelli. Also a personal best for him. Here 13:33, the national champion of 2017, the Kenyan champion of 2017 over 10,000 meters. Ryan Gregson 13:30. Luc Maas shouldn't be in there. Ryan Gregson 13:43 exactly. Brian Fay 13:51, first time under the 14 minutes. Very well done by Brian Fay. And Luc Maas ahead of Robin van Riel, of course, for 6th, ahead of Luc Maas and Björn Koreman, the 3 Dutchmen fighting for the win in their competition along them. In the meantime, Niels went down again. Try to see if he can catch Faith Kipyegon after her 1,000 meters and hear what she has to say and her experience about running here in this weather, in this Dutch weather. This real Dutch autumn weather. So that's wonder what her experience are. So let's wait and see if we can get her in front of the microphone and the camera before we head over to our final distance already of today. And that will be the 10,000 meters for women. We'll be starting that in a few moments. Of course, Sifan Hassan is the main attraction on that. Together with Chai Gamuchu from Ethiopia and Gloria Kite from Kenya. As you can see in this picture, I just stopped talking because I just heard that Faith Kipyegon is not available at this moment, so maybe in a later moment she will be. But as you can tell by this image, you can see there are some people on the track here today with all with a mouth mask. But yeah, that's the situation now in the Netherlands. No crowds allowed. So it's only organization, some press, and the athletes, and of course managers and coaches. So in that case, nobody's here to support the athletes. And I just heard that Faith Kipyegon is on her way to the microphone, so we'll have to wait for that. Next event is the 10,000 meters for women, in which Sifan Hassan will attempt to improve her personal best of 30:17:62. She won last year. World champion in this 10,000 meter, the current world champion, and she'll be paced by Laura Whitman, number 7 at the Olympic Games of London 2012 in the 1500s, and 2 times bronze European medalist. She'll be running a pace of just over 70. Something's going wrong here. In any case, Laura will have a pace of just over 70 seconds per 400 meters per lap. So, and that should bring Sifan to, well, almost world record pace. Let's see if that's possible. World record is set at 29:17:45 by Almas Ayana. She did that in 2016 during the Olympic Games in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro. Of course, also the Olympic champion. Was a quick race, by the way, that race in Rio de Janeiro, where Vivian Jepkemoi Chariot finished second in 29:32 and the Bubba third in 29:42. The personal best 30:17. The Dutch record is 30:12 by Lorna Kiplagat in 2003 Paris. And if we look at the European record, that is for Paula Radcliffe in 2002 with 30:01. And as we understood before, is that the pace that Sifan is trying, it's something around 29:30. I don't know if it's possible in this conditions, but who knows? At least 30 minutes or less than 30.
It's very good. Yeah.
As I understand now, is that Faith Kipyegon.
I hope I'm not shaking too much.
So let's go to them and let's hear about the experience of Faith.
I'm here with Faith Kipyegon. Faith, 2:32 today. It's cold, it's rainy. Wasn't what you expected.
Hopefully, I thank Anglo, the track. It was amazing to run here in Anglo for it's my first time. It was really a little bit raining, and it's still raining. And I was hoping maybe it could be a better weather today, but we can't control this, but we are all happy, and we really did amazing. Yeah.
You came close to the world record in Monaco this year. That race, it was a special race, right?
Yeah, in Monaco, I didn't know that I was so close to the record because I was not sure about my shape yet because it was our first race. So hopefully it was an amazing race in Monaco, and hopefully I hope for the best 1,000 in next year.
This race was your last race for the season, or are you going to do another race?
Yeah, this was my last race of the season. After amazing season this year, and after what we are going on all over the world right now, we really thank God because we did some races and hoping to do more next year. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Please go inside to a warm place with your team.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
that was Faith Kipyegon about her race here in Hengelo. As you might notice that we should have started the 10,000 meters women already, but apparently there was some delay here, and well, I understand that the athletes are now coming into the stadium here. So here they are. Here you can see them doing some final warm-ups.
Together with Jos Hermans, he's also having a pace at the moment. You see him in the middle with the white jacket. The owner of the Global Sports Communication. And here we see the start list of that 10,000 meters with, of course, Sifan Hassan, the Dutch world champion over 10,000 and 1,500 meters last year in Doha.
Yeah, and she's, of course, the main favorite to run a fast time. Hopefully underneath the 30 minutes. We'll have to wait and see if it's possible in these conditions. Considering that the rain is coming down quite heavily. Well, I guess it's a little bit less than it was in the.
It is a little bit less, yeah. Indeed, it is. I just spoke to Ellen van Lange, and she said Sifan is still happy, and she was ready to race. So that's great. In earlier stages of her career, she was a little bit afraid of the rain. So if it was raining, she doesn't want to compete. And she said she wasn't ready then, but now she was ready, and she was happy to compete here in Hengelo.
That's good that she feels all right and feels ready to compete. I'm wondering if what it will do also for her preparation for next week, as she is planning to go to the World Championship half marathon in Poland.
Yeah, she is, and I guess she can become the world champion in Gdynia at the half marathon pace of the race. She already showed some great performances over the half marathon, so it can be an interesting race, and maybe she will start at the world record pace there in Poland.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see for that. That's next week in Poland. For now, she's here in Hengelo. And you can tell now that the athletes are gearing up, so taking off the extra clothes to keep them a little bit warmer, while the temperature outside is getting colder and colder. So yeah, it was 9 degrees. Did it change anything already, Niels, or not? Is it still 9?
It's still 9 degrees here in Hengelo, so that's a little bit too cold for sure for the short distances like 1,000 meters. For 10K, it's not the best the best circumstances, but it's also not the worst. But the rain, the wind, but the wind is getting less during this competition.
Yeah, that's the good.
That's the good
thing.
part of today. But the rain and 9 degrees, yeah, that's not what we wanted, of course.
No, but yeah, just make sure that they. I could tell that the judges are signing that we can continue that we're about to start with this 10,000 meter for women.
Here we look at Jos Hermans telling the last tips to Sifan Hassan.
And I guess that somebody should tell Jos that he should wear his mouth mask over his mouth and nose.
Would be better. Just to tell the audience, all people who are in contact with athletes are tested and are tested negative. So that's the great part. But of course, we have to wear the masks when we are close to the athletes. But it's tested, so we know it's okay. But of course, if you wear a mask, wear it how it has to be done.
Exactly. Yeah, we've all been tested. You have been tested. I've been tested as well. For that part, it's good, but it's also good to show that you wear your mask correctly. Well, we have a good view of the press. We're about to get the lineup ready, and so we can introduce the athletes for you. All the way on the inside, we'll have the Spanish student champion, Núria Lugueros. From Portugal, the national champion of the 3,000 meters indoor, and also the 10K road race, Sara Catarina Ribeiro.
Next to her is Sarah Chilengat from Uganda. And to the left of her, if we wait for the cameraman to go to the left, we look at Evelyn Chirchir from Kenya. She won the dam-to-dam run in Amsterdam last year. And also the paraloop in Brunsum.
And also from Kenya is Gloria Kite, and as you can see that she's been introduced by the stadium announcer, Gemuchu from Ethiopia, and then we have, you can see her shoulders a little bit up.
She's not happy at this moment, as Ellen told me just before, but she's wearing that World Champ kit from Nike, so she looks ready to race. And to the left of her is Laura Whitman from Great Britain and the Northern Islands. She is the pacemaker of this competition, and she will pace laps of 17.8.
Yeah, so we're looking forward if she can hold that on. Already on Facebook, she said that she's gonna pace as long as her legs hold on. So yeah, it's also for her final part of the season. Basically, she was already off season, but yeah, since the opportunity came up.
Yeah, we've seen more of this, like Eilise McCorgan. She finished already her season, but then she came up as pacemaker in the London Marathon. So off-season doesn't mean off-season. If they need you, you'll be there as athlete to help your colleague athletes.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's what Laura does here as well. She already finished off her own, but yeah, for this pacemaking, you'll have her here in Hengelo, and she's very happy to be part of what might be an incredible evening here. It's still raining, a little bit less than it was before during that 5,000 meters, but well, she's spot on. 70.86 first lap for Laura Whitman, so that is exactly what Sivan asked for. 70.80 as a pace. The green light, the first green light, is again the world record pace. And those red lights are just for yeah, just to know where you are as an athlete in this pace. So Laura Wakeman, she tries to get along for about 4,000 meters before letting Sivan Hassan go ahead to the finish for another 6K. In the meantime, you might have missed his voice already. Is that Niels is heading down again and try to get somebody in front of the camera for an interview, and that might be the winner of the men's 5,000 meters, Chilengat. So we'll have to wait for that if that will be possible or not. You can see that there's a little bit of difference forming now between the first and the second group. The Laura Whitman 2:15.8, something like that, over 1,000 meters. So that's a little bit, well, yeah, basically it's just spot on. So that's a really good pace for Laura Whitman, Sivan Hassan, and Tsahai Gemuchu now in third place. And then there's a little gap to the rest of the Africans. Gloria Kitte, 22-year-old from Kenya, as well as Evelyn Churchill, also 22 years old, and the young Sarah Chilengat from Uganda, with only 19 years old in that race. In the meantime, Niels returns here. We are a little bit up in the tower, so we have a good overview on this race. And Niels has returned just now since Yomov isn't available yet, Yomov Kachoga, for an interview. So welcome back.
Yeah, thanks, Jeroen. Yeah, you might be at the doping station to have the control. That's what they said, what they thought. So that's why we can't speak to him at this moment, but hopefully we can speak to him later. But he wasn't that happy about his race. We can understand why, because this was not the pace he wanted to run.
No, I wonder what was the what the reason is behind that, because they started off really well, but yeah, it turned out that he couldn't hold on to that pace.
At this moment, the pace of this 10,000 meters is good. We are a little bit in front of the green dots, so that means that we are a little bit in front of the world record pace. So that's good.
Exactly, and Laura Whitman is still leading those, leading in front of Sivan Hassan and Tsai Gemuchu. Tsai Gemuchu has a little bit of trouble now to follow those both athletes. She just leaves a little bit of light between those, between Sivan Hassan and Tsai Gemuchu.
We're going to the 2,000 meters in this race, and let's see what the time indicates. As we know, we are a little bit in front of the wave light, so it should be at the world record pace, 5:52.60 over 2,000 meters. So that's exactly at the pace of the world record.
Exactly. So that's really good by both Laura Whitman as Sivan Hassan. I just wonder how long Laura will be able to keep pacing.
The plan was to run to about 4,000 meters, so that's halfway there for her now. But we have to see what these conditions will bring her, of course, because it's a little bit harder at the moment to run that times.
Yeah, but if one person could do it in this kind of weather, it should be a British.
Of course, yeah, that's really true. Yeah, of course. And Sivan behind her also knows this weather. She ran in Eindhoven, where she started. And also there, the conditions are the same like here in Hengelo. So that's the part of a small country. It's all the same in the weather conditions most of the time.
Yeah, but it is different than... well, basically, it's an odd year for Sivan. since she was planning to go on a stage for just a couple of weeks in Ethiopia, her birth country. But then the coronavirus came, and she was there for 3 or 4 months. So that wasn't planned at all. Her coach also went back to the United States, where she lives now. So yeah, and she can't even go to the States at the moment. So she's staying here in the Netherlands at right now. So
Yeah, she has to do it with the Olympic Training Center Papendal at the moment, and of course the other tracks in the Netherlands to do her trainings. That's a little bit harder for her to make it perfect and the perfect road to Tokyo. But she has shown a lot of great races last year when she took the World Championships title in Doha over 10,000 and 1,500 meters. That was a great performance from her.
Absolutely, and if we look at her now when she crosses the finish line after 2,800 meters, exactly with that 70:55 as a lap time, that is exactly on pace. So basically, what Laura Whitman is showing here and doing for Sivan is just perfect.
Laps of 17.8 was the plan at the beginning of this race, and Laura Whitman is making that through at the moment with Sivan in the back. So that this is going great so far. So far, so good, we can say.
So far, so good, absolutely. And we just had that mark of 3,000 meters, and with 8:48, they're still just on pace. So let's see what will happen in the next rounds, in the next laps, when we see that Sivan is now getting a little bit closer to Laura, almost on her shoulder. Well, we can tell that the first athletes are being lapped. And those are Noria Lugueros from Spain and Sara Catarina Ribeiro from Portugal. And we haven't figured it out yet, Niels, but the national record holder of Portugal is Fernanda Ribeiro. She ran 30:22 in Sydney in 2000 during the Olympic Games, and she could be her daughter.
It could be. If anyone who's watching this live stream knows, leave a comment if you know if it is the daughter of her.
Yeah, it would be nice to know. Even if you also have other questions, just let us know. Maybe we can answer them, maybe not. But yeah, just try to use social media in this case. Just let us know if you have any questions or remarks, and we'll try to get that in this.
We see now Laura Whitman has stopped pacing. She is out, and Sivan is now on her own. Another 70.23 for a lap, so that's great, even faster than that 70.8, which was what was scheduled for her to take a chance to run the world record over 10,000 meters. It would be really interesting if she is going to take that world record. Look, Jeroen, what's happening? She's running in front of the red lights. She is increasing her pace at the moment.
Yeah, it's just amazing. As soon as Laura stepped out, she just picked up the pace and even increased. So yeah, she's basically running faster than 70 seconds per lap. So yeah, just see what.
Yeah, let's see what's the time of this lap. Wow, this is a strong performance so far of Sivan Hassan after that great delivery of Laura Whitman. Oh, 68.98, so that's almost 2 seconds faster than scheduled.
Yeah, that's just amazing what Sivan can do even in these conditions. The wind did fall down, so there's hardly any wind anymore, so that's good. for Sifan. She doesn't matter about the rain, not as much as she used to. So that's a good thing for her, as she's speeding up right now. So that's just wonderful. As you can tell, that she's just gaining with every stride against those lights. So that's could just well be that she's running. She's going for a new world record. And thank you, João, for letting us know that Sarah is not the daughter of Fernanda. Just happy also to have people join in with this live stream.
Now back at the pace of what we expected, 70.28. Still half a second faster than before scheduled.
Exactly, and we saw that the thumbs went up from Jos Hermans, manager of Sifan Hassan. So he's
founding father
happy.
of Global Sports Communication. Already decades, one of the best management agencies of the world in athletics. While it's starting raining more heavily than before.
We're almost halfway in this 10,000 meters for women, where we can see Sifan Hassan now with another 69 lap. And when she is on the other side of the track, so on the end of the back straight, she'll be halfway this 10,000 meters. Let's see what her time is then. 14:41 will set her to world record. Well, just a little bit above the world record, which is 29:17:45, set in Rio de Janeiro, 2016.
Something like 14:37 at this moment, so she is great. This is an amazing performance so far of Sifan Hassan.
Yeah.
Can she hold this? That's the question. We're halfway there, so it's only halfway there. Still 5,000 meters to go.
Yeah, it's just amazing what Sifan can do, and what progress she's made in the last couple of years. It's just incredible what she's done. And I just saw a comment on YouTube, and somebody said that in the last year, in all the distances from 800 to half a marathon, she ran a top 10 time.
Yes, she did, and that's extremely good, of course. What is the most important thing, I guess, is that she is mentally stronger than ever before. In the beginning of her career, she was troubling with some mental problems in races. She was, not sure if she can make it. She was always pushing her to the max. But now she knows she is one of the best athletes in the field. Maybe one of the best athletes ever, because she has some world records. She is the 2 times world champion in Doha last year. So that's extremely good, of course. Let's see what this lap will be. Last lap was 70.70. Let's see now. The pace is slowing a little bit down. 71.36. Hopefully she can return in the pace she managed for the earlier race of the race so far, I have to say.
Well, she is getting some encouragements from Jos Hermans. Jos runs inside because of the rain. But Sifan is looking over her shoulder. As you just could see that she was looking over her left shoulder to see where the lights are. And she's just now on top of that first red light, and that means that the world record pace is trying to catch her up again, and that means that her pace is really slowing down at the moment. But still, yeah, even if she doesn't run a world record, then it's still a wonderful performance. Her personal best is 30:17. The world record is 29:17. So there's a minute difference.
And she now is on world record pace, like the green dots are coming to her at the moment. The Dutch record is 30:12:53. Standing for Lorna Kiplagat, ran in 2003 in Paris in France. And it might become a European record, 30:01:09, which is from Paula Radcliffe, standing from 2002.
Yeah, so those are already quite some old records. 13 or 17 and 18 years old already. And as we can tell that Sivan has trouble now keeping that pace up, keeping that pace of 70.8 for a lap, and that the world record pace is now catching up on her. She's exactly on that world record pace right now, but yeah, she has to go on with that light, with those lights from Wave Light, to keep that pace up, and I wonder if she's up to that.
This was another 71 lap, so it's the pace is slowing down, but we can see it perfectly thanks to the wave light. She's now catched up by the world record. She's now a bit behind. Hopefully, she can hold this pace for now and keeping by the leads of the wave light.
Yeah, so basically I mean, as soon as she speeded up, we were both just amazed and
a little bit shocked.
A little bit shocked if she could run a world record. It looks as though that's not going to be possible for today here in Hengelo for this 10,000 meters in the women's race. But still, she's going to put down a marvelous performance here. As I told you, 30:17 is her personal best. 30:12 is the Dutch record, as Niels just mentioned, and 30:01 is the European record. So that's still all inside, because as she's running down this pace, she's still going down for a time faster than 30 minutes.
We thought there couldn't be more rain, but it's getting more heavily at the moment. So the rain is falling down. It's cold. It's not that windy anymore, but the rain is really coming down, and that's also one of the problems, of course, in this race and the earlier races. She's now really behind the world record pace. Let's see what she can bring in at 8,000 meters, of course, later on. What pace we are.
Let's see what her lap time is for this lap. Still 7 laps to go. And still 71:75 for this lap. So yeah, she is losing a little bit of track from the world record pace. That's no big thing. We were already shocked that she was on that pace. And let's see what she just puts down here while she goes. She has the other athletes now in front of her. So those are Kite, Chichir, Chilengat, at least. I wonder who the fourth one is. Probably Gemuchu.
Yeah, it is Jeroen. Those four are running in a group. helping each other for the fast time they want to run here in Hengelo. Six laps to go in this 10,000 meters here in Hengelo at this FBK after summer edition. Next year we have hopefully a new FBK games. This year it was cancelled by the COVID pandemic. And hopefully we can celebrate athletics next year again here in the FBK stadium.
Which will be the 40th edition already for Van Blanke Schoen Games. But here you can tell that the athletes are requested to go a little bit outside, so there's room for Sifan Hassan to pass them. With Sifan Hassan on the inside, on the back, well, just a little bit back from that group of four.
They are now back in the first lane, so let's see what happens if Sifan can go to the inside. Yeah, they are going back to the second lane. Let's see what time we can. 23:36 at this moment. That's over 8,000 meters. So it's between 29, 20. Yeah, around 25, 20, 30, something like that.
Yeah, let's see, because I guess considering the pace, she's probably somewhere between 29:30, 29:40 will be the final time. We'll have to wait for that while Sifan is going by those athletes, and you could tell because she used a lap to pass them. She needed an entire lap to do that, and that is also because this group, those are in second, third, fourth, and fifth place. So it's not like they're walking.
Four more laps to go for Sifan Hassan as she is passing the finish line here. While one of the athletes is Gamuchu is closing the gap and holding on Sifan to get some more pace at the moment while she's lapped already.
Yes, we could tell already at the beginning of this 10,000 meters. It was Gamuchu that also followed along with Sifan Hassan. In the end, she fell back and came to that group of three, and now it's Gamuchu again who passed Sifan Hassan. And will she be like some kind of second pacemaker?
It looks like at this moment. Helping Sifan running that, getting another pace, a faster pace, while she's doing already over 4,000 meters it all by herself. Now she's getting some help from Gamuchu.
Yeah, so it was only for about 200 meters because they're back to shoulder again. And Gamuchu, who was fourth last year in the 5,000 meters in the World Championships, she can do really well. She has a personal best of 30:53. So Gamuchu is running very good here as well, also heading for a new personal best.
We are heading to the last kilometer at this moment. 100 meters to go to get the 9,000 meters done. We can look another time at the time.
Exactly. So Sifan Hassan is now ahead of Gamuchu again. So it's 26:40. That's what I just
26:40.
Yeah, for 9,000 meters. So yeah, probably 29:40, something like that will be the winning time for Sifan Hassan, and that will be a lot faster than the European record. of 30:01 set by Paula Radcliffe in 2002.
And it would mean another record gone for Paula Radcliffe. Last year she lost the world record in the marathon, and now she will lose it in the 10,000 meters.
Yeah, and she was just... Paula Radcliffe is one of the biggest names ever in athletics history.
She is, yeah.
But yeah, you can see the development as well with all the other athletes now and during those years. That we can see that the women are just even now running so much faster. With Sivan
Yeah,
Hassan.
after what was it? 17 now? No, 18 years. 18 years later.
Yeah, so
Paula Radcliffe ran that record at the 6th of August in 2002 in Munich.
and here she goes, Sivan Hassan, taking some distance again from Tsai Gamuchu, and when she goes up here to the home straight, she will get to the finish line and hear the bell.
The bell for the last time today after 3 events here in Hengelo, specially made for the athletes from Global Sports Communication. 28, 27, 92, 1 lap to go.
Yeah, so what can she do in this final lap? Will there be some speeding up again? We know that she can. We've seen it last year in Doha during the World Championships. So that's something she can do, usually in a race. Now it's a race against the clock. Can she do it as well? Let's see what she does here when she is about to start, on those final 200 meters.
It's 200 meters to go, 29:02. The European record will be broken. What time can it be for her? Can she go under that 29:40? There she comes. Sivan Hassan, excellent race on her own from almost 4,000 meters. There she comes. A new European record for Sivan Hassan in 10,000 meters. 29:36.67, unofficial.
Yeah, so just wonderful performance by Sivan Hassan. A new personal best with 40 seconds and a no world lead, because that world lead was 30:38 by Rose Wanjiru in Japan. But 29:36 is a new European record by Sivan Hassan. And let's see now who will take second place. That is probably Tsai Gamuchu. Although if we... Yeah, here we have her, Tsai Gamuchu. Only 200 meters for her to go. And it's Sarah Chilengat from Uganda who is third now. And in fourth place, I believe it's Evelyn Chercher. So here is Gamuchu. She's coming down the home stretch now for her final part of this 10,000 meters. And will she get a new personal best? No, she doesn't. Her personal best is 30:53. And she's just slightly above that, so with 30:58. So no personal best for Gamuchu, but it is for Chilengat, who just finished now in third, and also for Evelyn Chercher from Kenya for the first time under 32 minutes, just a little bit above the 31. So that's a really wonderful performance for her as well. Gloria Kitte also runs a new personal best. So those are really good performances by the African athletes, the young African athletes as well, because the oldest is 22 years old. And the youngest, Chilengat, only 19 years old. And she takes third place here now in this 10,000 meters. Still have 2 athletes on the track. That is the Spaniard Nuria Lugueros and the Portuguese Sara Catarina Ribeiro. And it is 2 more laps to go for Sara Ribeiro. And we look now at the back of Nuria Lugueros. So we're still waiting, of course, for those 2 athletes to finish. While the wave light lights up with green and red. Here we have Sara Catarina Ribeiro. For her 600 meters to go. You could tell, you could really see how hard the rain is coming down at this moment. So that is, that is definitely a factor we should think of in this way. So let's see what the 2 athletes can do here. So we have Sara Catarina Ribeiro from Portugal and Nuria Lugueros from Spain. Lugueros is the one you see now in your screen. Both have a personal best of 32 minutes. Sara 32:21 and Nuria 32:52. And as you can tell, that we already going over 34 minutes, so it's not their best races. In these circumstances, anything is good anyways. I wouldn't run 10,000 meters at this moment, but they did. As we see the finish by Lugueros from Spain in just over 34 minutes. And there's only 200 meters to go for Sara Catarina Ribeiro from Portugal, the national 3,000 meter indoor champion, as well as 10K road champion from Portugal. For her, the final 100 meters to go for Sara Catarina Ribeiro. Here is the finish for Sara Catarina Ribeiro with just over 35 minutes. So, yeah, not the best performance for Sara, but she does thank God for making it possible to run this 10,000 meters. And let's hope now, as Niels already went down and is downstairs in the rain, and let's hope if he can either have Yomif Kipchoge in front of the camera, or maybe Sifan Hassan. So we'll have to wait for that. As soon as we have one of them in front of the camera, we'll go to that, of course. But just wait for that to happen. Also waiting for the official results for to see what the official result is for the European record, 29:36 at least, with a few tenths and hundredths of seconds. So 29:36.67. It says Gloria Kite at this moment. In front of that time on your screen, that is not correct, of course. That was Sifan Hassan for that time. So here we have the results on your screen. Sifan Hassan taking the win in 29:36.67 ahead of Chai Gemuchu from Ethiopia. 30:57.73, just inside the 31 minutes. Sarah Chilengat from Uganda ran a marvelous 31:06.46, and Evelyn Cheche from Kenya 31:08.09.
In ieder geval bedanken voor die
31:25.17. And those three youngsters,
beperkingen.
Chilengat, Kite,
Het opvolgen van
and
de
Cheche
instructies van
all
de
ran the new
organisatie.
personal
En dan
best.
gaan we
Stefan Hassan has that
uiteraard
European
voor
record now
editie nummer
with
40 in
29:36.67.
2021. Dit was een mooie
We are
testrace.
waiting now for her
Europese record voor
to
Stefan
go
Hassan.
to come in front of the camera. The news can ask her a few questions about her experience
Hopelijk
for
in
this 2021,
2021.
especially
Uitgebreide
the rain
producten.
dropped down more heavily during that race. It started off quite okay, not perfect, but okay. This is what happens when you organize a competition in October in the Netherlands. So yeah, let's wait and see if we can have her in front of the camera, or maybe Jomaf Kachogha, because we haven't spoken to him yet as well. And of course, we are also going to hear his side of the story about the 5,000 meters for men. So yeah, let's wait for that. For now, in any case, thank you for watching this event. Organized in a short period because of the athletes wanted to have this event, and for that it's good to have it. Thank you, Global Sports Communication, for organizing. Thank you for FBK Games as well for organizing. Hopefully next year in June again with some better weather, and we're celebrating their 40th anniversary. So let's hope that things turn normal a little bit again during the coronavirus epidemic. But as I understand now, is that we probably don't have an interview with Sifan and or Jomaf Kachogha. So that's unfortunate. For now, thank you anyways for watching. We hope you enjoyed this. I certainly did. Just amazed by the possibility of a world record, which turned out to be a really good European record, of course, by Stefan Hassan in 29:36.67. Once again, thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll have you back again once again here in Hengelo, hopefully in June during a new, really nice summer athletic season. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.